Hi, I'm going to be doing all Drugstore products. I'm going to start off by priming my face with the L'Oreal Infallible Glow Lock. It's the illuminating prime. Just kind of mix it up on my hand like that. And I just like to go over my nose, like so, my forehead. And I just like to tap in, like, you get that, just my cheeks and my chin, top of my lip. I actually use all the time. It's the LA Girl Blue Mixing Tint Foundation, just because all the foundations that I usually wear don't have that olive tone, green undertone that my skin has. It really doesn't really seem like it here, but I do have a green undertone. The LA Girl Pro Matte High Definition Long Wear foundation. This is actually not my color. I actually picked it up in caramel, but I think I'm a different color. But this is not the right one, but I mean, I'm just gonna have to work with it. It's in caramel. Okay, so I'm gonna pump that 2 pumps into my hand, and I'm gonna go in with my blue tint, a little flat brush like that, mix it up on my hand. Wow, that's gonna be a little dark. I'm just gonna go in to my face. I'm just gonna go in. Make sure you always do your ears, especially if your foundation isn't the perfect match. I mean, you'll never find the perfect match. Now that's put on. I actually don't have mascara on my eyes. I tinted and curled my lashes at home and they went not that great, as you can tell. I got tint on my eyelid. So that's fun and all. Now for concealer, as Laura Lee likes to say it, and I love how she says it, concealer. It's just oil like oil. I'm not making fun of her. I think it's really cute. I'm gonna go in with my 2 concealers to highlight and unhighlight. I like to go in with 2 different shades because one is orangey and one is kind of like a brightening one. So I use a natural sand and deep tan in the Milani Conceal and Perfect. I don't like their other concealers, but I do really like this one. Also, it's long wear and waterproof. Sorry. That's cute. I'm going in with deep tan, and I'm just gonna conceal my darker tones first, like so, which is like, if you're brown, it's usually around these areas. And I'm gonna go in here, just do that. Oh god. I'm gonna go in with a buffer brush, Morphe. I couldn't find any good drugstore brushes. And by the way, Morphe is drugstore price, so I thought it'd be fair. Anyways, I'm using it. Please don't hate me. I'm gonna blend that out with a buffer brush. My mom's singing downstairs like a lunatic. If I told her to stop, she would actually skin me alive. So I'm not gonna do that. So please, if you hear it, just ignore it. I'm gonna go in with the Milani Natural Sand. I'm just gonna highlight, well, not really highlight, but kind of brighten up the skin tone. See, being brown, you really have to go through these measures because, sorry, you really can't, okay. Because there's not a lot of products, except for Fenty, that really cater to people of color correctly with like really good formula. I mean, I'm sure like a lot of brands now are kind of trying to get into that, which I really appreciate. It's long overdue. So I'm just gonna blend that out. But yeah, I was curling my lashes. I did that TikTok DIY kit thing. And I didn't do it that well, as you can tell. They're like really curly. And they don't look that great. But you know what? It's alright. It lasts 4 weeks. I don't recommend doing that. I'm just really annoyed. Okay, now that that's blended out, you'll look like something like this. More than concealer. This is also waterproof, so I'm using the shade Cashew. This is not my shade. Shade Cashew is not my shade. I don't know if you can tell. It's not my shade, but I use it to highlight. I don't use it all over my face, just to highlight certain points. So I'll do that. I'll go here, a little bit there. I really don't appreciate putting a lot on my nose because I feel like once people can see like that I have a lot on my nose and they can see and they can kind of tell like it's, you know, you're caking it on, darling, and it's not a good look. Okay. Close up. I'm not at the door. Like I would rather be late to work than not have a nice full lash. I'm sorry. Okay, you should look like this. I like to have this line because it sort of carves me out where I should put my eyeshadow. So while I'm doing that, now I'm gonna go in with my Morphe Y11 with this sort of a thing. I bought this because of Laura Lee. Okay, now I'm gonna go into my LA Girl. As you can tell, I really did use this for an entire year, and then I moved on to like the Glossier one, but I did actually really like this for an entire like 2 years. I wore this religiously. This is the LA Girl Pro Face High Definition LA Girl Pro Face High Definition. Why am I saying definition like that? So because as you can tell, I've hit pan real quickly. So I'm actually gonna put this on certain areas of my face. And let me just get that. And I'm just gonna go and put that right there. I'm really not a baking girl. I've tried it. Oh, I high teat. Well, I don't hate it. I wish I could. The only area that I'll ever like to bake is this area. Oh my god. I freaking hate when that happens. I hate it. Matting up the face. You can tell. I'm falling back in love with this powder. Morphe, same brush. And I'm going in. I actually did clean it. It just looks like this because I actually use it a lot. Well, not a lot, I used to. But then I found the Fenty one, which really does, I like it much better. But I do like this one for a drugstore option. This is the Kiss New York one. You can order it online. I get it at my drugstore. You can get it at Rexall if you live in Toronto. If not, I'm sure you can order it online. And I'm going in with the color Warm Beige, and it's like a darker color. It's sort of like yellow. I don't know. It's got some color to it, and I like to put this onto this area just because it covers the darkness that I have. Try out this L'Oreal Color Stay Brow Tint in, honestly darling, I wish I could tell you what color it is. I'm gonna guess it's like a light brown color. It's like a light brown color. It's that color. I think it's like ebony black. Come on! Focus. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna spray my pear soap. Go in and do my brows. Flick that up. Make like little brow strokes on my brows. I'm just gonna outline that. Because nothing else. I'm gonna go in with that Cashew concealer by L'Oreal. Now for the top one, I don't like to use the same concealer. I like to use the Natural Sand one by Manali. Milani Natural Sand Perfect Conceal and Perfect. Why pay thousands of dollars to get the Bella Hadid look when you can fake it? This is an Ipsy brush. I got an Ipsy set. You can get any blending fluffy brush from the drugstore. Elf actually has pretty good brushes. I don't have any from them. I did actually, but I threw them out because I was moving and they got thrown out by me. I did a non-makeup pile and a throw-up pile, and then I messed it up. It was my fault. Nobody to blame but me. This darker shade by L'Oreal, Infallible Full Wear. This is in the color Coca, this one. And I'm gonna actually put this on my eyelids, just like so. I use the Morphe Y11, this fluffy brush. You can use any fluffy brush, but I really do recommend, like, if you're gonna buy any drugstore priced anything, you should just blend it at Morphe, because they're reasonably priced for the quality. Honestly, the quality is what really gets me, because like these things, at least the brushes that I've gotten, have never really shed. Well, I'm just gonna blend it out. Here comes my brother with his loud iPod, and then in through here, just because it's a darker shade. The one in Sunset Bronze and one in Endless Summer. This one's a darker one, and this one's sort of like an orangey, brighter one. So I'm gonna use these to sort of carve out my eye. I'm doing a voiceover from now on because my family was being too loud, inconsiderate. That's me. So I'm just gonna blend that out with
shimmery, which I like.
the Physicians Formula bronzer, and I'm gonna go in with the other bronzer. It's a deeper color. It's the Endless Summer color. It has a bit of a cool tone in it, so I'm just using that to kind of bring out the tone and bring out some definition. Now I'm going to the Revolution Roxorus palette. I'm gonna go into the Coca shade. It's like a cool brown, and I'm just gonna use that to kind of darken up the outer edges on both eyes. And I'm just gonna build that color on still using Coca, and I'm gonna still just blend all that out. I'm going in with a bigger fluffy brush with no product, and here I am rudely not telling you what color I'm using. I'm going to the color Lavender in the Roxorus palette, and I'm just putting that all over the lid. There I am showing it, idiot. And I'm just gonna put that all over the lid. I've noticed that it's not very colorful, so I'm gonna use the color Timmy in that same palette. It's a white, so I'm just gonna use it to kind of brighten it up, the purple, just to make it like a nice lilac color. So I'm just putting that all over the lid. There I am showing the color Timmy. And I'm just gonna build that color up to kind of, it's gonna be a soft cut crease kind of a look, but not really a cut crease. But yeah, now I'm going back into Lavender. I'm putting it on top, layering it on top so that the lilac color kind of shows up more. Because with like my skin tone, it's pretty tough for bright colors and pastel colors to show up. Now I'm just gonna go in with the same brush that I used, Coca. I'm gonna go in and go into the shade and blend out that lilac purple color, kind of make like an ombre transition into the outer edge. I'm going to go in with a really tiny flat brush and going in on top of that with the same color Coca, and I'm just going to use that to line and kind of define the cut crease, but it's not really a cut crease, but I'm just kind of falsifying it. So it should look like that, just brings in some more definition. I'm going to go in with that same Coca brush that I used, just a random fluffy brush. I like it to be thin tipped so that, you know, you get more precise application, and I'm just going to blend that out more. Now I'm going into another palette. It's the Revolution Reloaded palette, the Marvelous Mattes, and I'm just going to use the white to bring out the inner corner just to have like, just so it's brighter. I'm using that same white again in the Reloaded palette, and I'm just patting it on, just packing it on. Now I'm going into the Cocoa shade, into the Drugstore palette, and I'm just gonna blend out and make the transition seamless. Now I'm going to the same palette, the Drugstore one, and I'm gonna use that lavender color and just brighten up the inner corner. I think my makeup brush fell there. It should look like that. Now I'm going back into the white and layering it on top so that the inner corners are a bit vibrant and more brighter. I'll take a very flat brush again, and I'm just gonna go into the Drugstore palette and take that lavender shade and put it all over my lower lid just to make the eyes pop. Now I'm going back into Cocoa, and I'm gonna use this shade, and I'm just gonna darken up the outer edges of my under eye liner. And I'm gonna go and mix the color Twilight and Lavender, and I'm just gonna put that all underneath, just blend it all together, all underneath the eye. Oh god. Now I'm gonna take a very thin tip brush, and I'm gonna go into Cocoa, and I'm gonna do that Foxy eye trick. So I'm just gonna use that tiny brush and just kind of accentuate my eye to get that Foxy look, that Bella Hadid look. Oops, get that Bella Hadid look without paying tens and thousands of dollars. Here come the sirens. My neighbor's looking at me. And I'm just gonna line that all over my lid, the Cocoa, and it should look something like that. I'm going in with some random eyeliner. I think it's the Infallible L'Oreal eyeliner in Very Black, and I'm just gonna use that to line my outer edge out. I'm not gonna use that to I'm just gonna wing, just putting in like half a wing on, because I'm gonna put lashes on so it kind of hides it. Now I'm going in with the NYX brown eyeliner, and I'm just gonna put that under in the waterline, well, upper waterline, I don't know what it's called. Now I just wet my beauty sponge to kind of bring some life back into my face. Now I'm going in with the Infallible L'Oreal Full Wear Concealer in the shade Cocoa. I'm just gonna put on my hand. I'm gonna use it to contour. And this has a very pretty color to it, so I like to kind of warm up the face with that. And here's me looking stupid. Now I'm going to go in with the Morphe buffer brush, and I'm just going to blend all that together because I did not do that well. I don't know what I'm saying there. Oh, now I'm going to go into the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and I'm using it in Classic Ivory to highlight, and I'm just gonna use that to kind of slim my nose because I got my mom's nose, so it's very flat. Now I'm just gonna use the Morphe Y15 brush just to sort of blend all that together and make it seamless. Now I'm gonna go in and use the Endless Summer to kind of contour my nose to make it look snatched and skinny, to fake a nose job. I'm just gonna focus that on minimal parts, and I'm gonna go back into that same powder, and I'm just gonna highlight the underneath of my eye to bring it all out, bring it all out. What am I saying? To brighten it. These birds won't go away. Stop. Shh. Now I'm going in to bronze my face with this is a Real Techniques brush. It's a blush brush, but I use it to bronze. And I'm just gonna bring some warmth back into the face. Here I am, spraying my face with the Infallible L'Oreal setting spray. Oh wow. Here I am going with the LA Girl 106 brush, and I'm gonna go into the Reloaded palette and just dabble between those two shades and use it as blush. That bird. Stop. That bird is really. Gives it a really nice shade. Now I'm just going to go into that Maybelline powder again and just carve out my contour and my jawbone. Fake it till you make it. And I'm going to take a clean, fluffy brush, and I'm just going to use this Foiled Revolution palette. I'm going to use that shade to just kind of, it's called a Foil Frenzy Hybrid palette, and honestly, I use it to highlight my nose. It's pretty nice. Yeah. Gives it a nice sheen, and I'm just going to blend out that powder underneath my cheeks. Now I'm going to wet my beauty blender with the setting spray and just dab it all out, just so it's all seamless. And I learned that trick from Jaclyn Hill. Here I am. Oh my god. Why did I do that? And it should look something like that. Now I'm going in with the NYX Nude Truffle color by NYX, and I'm just going to use that to kind of set a base for my lips. I like to use a lot of products for my lips, like different products. I like to overline, and that's the first layer. Now I'm going to go in with my second lip liner to kind of define it more, by LA Girl. It's brown. Oh wait, I just realized it's not actually a lip liner, it's a eyeliner. I use it as a lip liner. Anyways, I'm using the LA Girl eyeliner in brown. Look at me thinking that that's a lip liner. I can't read. Now I'm going in with the L'Oreal Infallible Matte. I don't think it's infallible actually. It just says L'Oreal Paris, and it's in the color Explore. I Explore. And I'm just gonna dab that out. Now I'm gonna go get some Ardell Demi Wispies, and I'm gonna put them on. Looks like that. Believe me, it was not as effortless as that looks. I cut everything so that you don't have to see. Now I'm going to go into that same dusty matte orange shade in the Reloaded Marvelous Matte palette. I'm just going to pat it over the lip just to give it a warmer look. Oh my god, this bird won't stop. And that's what it looks like. That's the outcome. Yeah. Enjoy. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.